Hi everyone, I'm Tori, an adult doll collector, and I create videos for the enjoyment of other adult doll collectors and doll enthusiasts. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Today, I thought I would start an interesting topic. I guess I'll kind of make it a tag. Yeah, I would love to make it a tag. You know what, let's go ahead and make it a tag. What are things that other collectors do that you could never do? So I have 5 things on my list here of things that other doll collectors do that I could never do. And I would be really interested to hear y'all's responses. It doesn't have to be 5, but just maybe even just one thing that other collectors do that you just can't do. The other day, I saw something on Instagram that just made me think, like, wow, I could never do that. That would drive me crazy as a doll collector. And that sparked my idea for this video. Now, I want to say this is not meant to be controversial. This isn't meant to cause any trouble or anything like that. It's just to talk about the differences in doll collecting, because a lot of us we're all different. We're all different as doll collectors. We collect in our own way. We collect certain dolls that other people don't like to collect, and like every doll collector is just different, okay? So that's kind of what I want to highlight, is just like the differences, and I thought it could kind of be humorous as well. Before I get into that topic, let me introduce you all to this baby here. This is Honey, that's what I named her. She is one of my Reborn art dolls. She is the Gujin sculpt by Chenza Dolls, and she was painted by Victoria Reese of Tiny Wildflower Nursery. Now, she's still in her Thanksgiving outfit. I had at least 5 Christmas outfits lined up for her. She didn't wear a single one of them this year. This outfit is too cute. I love it on her so much, I almost never want to change her, which is very rare. That rarely happens to me, okay? And secondly, I had so many other dolls to change, and just before I knew it, I had no more time left, and I just didn't change her. I don't know. And I guess because of that reason, I'm kind of like disappointed in myself for buying her all the cute Christmas outfits and not changing her. I put my sad frog over here. Sad frog. He's the Jelly Cat Ricky Rain frog, for anybody who might be looking for him. My husband got him for me for Christmas because he knows that Ricky Rain frog has been on my wish list for quite some time. I really love jelly cats, and I really love frogs. Frogs are one of my favorite animals. I love them. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to change Honey into. So I wanted something warm. And actually, this is something that I had in her fall wardrobe that I never changed her in for fall. But, you know, it's warm, and we're trying to go for wintry but not so Christmassy outfits now, so this will do. I have this beautiful Loved Baby sleeper. And this is, I don't know what you would call this at the top, but it's just really pretty. It's neutral colored, but gorgeous. My daughter actually wore this when she was a newborn. Oh, the memories. And then I have this hat, which she has worn before, so this is not new for you all to see. I almost am like, no, just don't change her. Just don't do it. Just don't. Anyway, let me get into the topic, or tag, I guess you could call it. Okay. The number one thing. Now this is probably the biggest thing on my list that I could absolutely never, ever do. I see artists and collectors all the time tossing around their full body silicone dolls to show the flexibility. So we're talking about, like, they just let their head fall back, no head support, picking them up and letting them kind of like bend backwards. Oh, that type of stuff gives me a heart attack. Can't do it. Can't watch it. It makes me feel sick. I guess it's because the doll looks so realistic, but also as a mother, to real babies, I'm just like, oh, don't handle that baby that way. I don't know why it bothers me just so much. And the other thing is, like, I personally, this is just me, now again, some of this is just my opinions, but I don't understand why collectors and artists do that. If you want to show off the flexibility of the doll, just show the flexibility by treating the doll like it's real, handling it like it's real, because you'll see that flexibility and that movement, the realism of the flexibility by moving it and handling it like it's a real baby. So that's just something I've never understood, that I could never do, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is the silicone doll's head gonna fall off? Oh, there's some collectors and artists that have scared me to death. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing that I could never do is just leave dolls on a shelf forever. Only have dolls for display purposes. I'm a very hands-on collector. Now, yes, I don't change my dolls very often. I mean, look, this doll, she hasn't been changed in 2 months. That's pretty crazy. But I could never just dress a doll and set it on display forever and never touch it, because that's just how I am. I'm very hands-on. I like to handle my dolls. Now, part of that may be because of my vision. For those of you who may not know, I am legally blind. I think that that's part of the draw of doll collecting to me, specifically these Reborn dolls. Feeling all the soft clothing and holding them, and they're weighted to feel real. All of those sensory aspects that aren't just sight, you know. I don't know, like, when I see collectors who buy a doll for like thousands and thousands of dollars to just sit it on a shelf and never ever touch it, I'm like, what's the point? What's the point if you're not going to enjoy it? I mean, maybe it's just me, because I just don't understand that. I'm just not that type of collector. Again, this is just me, okay? And again, I would love to hear what everyone else has to say of, like, some things that they see other collectors do that they could just never do. But yeah, that's one for me. I could never just sit a doll on a shelf and never touch it. It would be worthless to me that way. Okay, number 3. Okay, please don't come for me. I know some of you might come for me for this statement, but it drives me crazy when other collectors post pictures of their Reborn art dolls with rooted hair, and the cling wrap that they put behind the head to protect the hair is showing in the photo. Okay, please don't come for me. Please don't come after me. But, okay, so this is my thinking, my thought process on this. You have this super hyper-realistic doll. It has rooted hair, which is the most realistic looking, obviously, over painted hair. And I understand wanting to protect the hair. Yes, I have a rooted hair doll, and I put cling wrap in his hats and behind his head when I lay him down. But, when I do videos with him, and when I take photos, specifically photos, I try to tuck the cling wrap away so you can't see it, because it just, like, it takes away from the realism so much, because you would never put cling wrap behind a real baby's head like that. So yeah, it doesn't bother me so much when people are taking the photos to, like, show off the doll. But where it bothers me is the people who take the photos of a realistic setting. So, like, the doll's laying in a bassinet, or laying there with, like, a little changing scene, and the diapers there, and the wipes, and everything. Like, it's a little realistic setup. But then, who in the world is calling me? Oh my goodness, that was a very important phone call from a doctor's office I could not miss. So I had to pause the video. I don't even remember where I was. I think I was saying though. What bothers me is when the cling wrap is showing when it's supposed to be hyper realistic photos, like with a little role play scene. Anyway, on to the next one. Number 4. Selling outside of the country that I live in constantly. So like, I have sold dolls outside of the country. I'm in the US, by the way. I've sold dolls outside the country twice, and both times horrible experiences. Absolutely horrible. And because of that, that's why I no longer sell my dolls outside of the US if I have to sell any of my dolls. I'm sorry, and I feel bad that people, you know, in Canada or elsewhere really want to buy dolls from me when I am selling some dolls from my personal collection, but I can't. I am so sorry. I have had 2 really horrible experiences, and so I just can't do it. And I see some collectors who sell internationally all the time, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like, how do you do it? How are you not stressed the whole time? How? Just, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I cannot do that. Okay, let's see if we can get her into this. I don't remember if she's ever worn this outfit. I've had this outfit for years now. I don't know how long, but it's been a really long time. Maybe even 4 or 5 years. It's just been a long time. I love the Loved Baby brand. I love their high quality organic cotton. I love the styles they come out with, but I do not love the price. So when I get pieces from them for my doll collection, it's on sale. On sale or secondhand. That's where all of my Loved Baby pieces have come from. I even found a Loved Baby romper once at the thrift store. Y'all know me. Love shopping for a deal. Love clearance, love thrifting. Sorry, she's kind of hard to keep in the camera. She's a little bit tall, really. Okay, so let me see what's on my list. The last one. I see some people loaning out dolls to their dolly friends all the time, and I personally couldn't do it. Now, I have 1 or 2 friends who I probably would loan them my doll for a short period of time, but even in those situations, I would feel really stressed about loaning out my dolls because I don't know, I'm scared of something happening. And then I have seen some really bad situations where someone loaned a doll to their friend, something really bad happens to the doll, or now this wouldn't happen in my situation, but I've also seen some people loan out their dolls to people who they thought were their friends, and then their friend like steals the doll, keeps it. Yeah, I would be anxious though if I did ever loan my dolls out to my 2 or 3 closest friends in the community. Not that I would be scared of something happening to the dolls, just anxiety. That's all. I have anxiety. I do. So there she is. Do we even need that little hat? Do we need the hat? I guess it's kind of cute. Now that I'm seeing it on her together, I'm like, I don't know. I probably will end up taking the hat off, just having her in the sleeper. This is pretty cute. Anyway, that's it for my 5 things that other doll collectors do that I could not do. I really hope that I hear some video responses to this tag. Let me know in the comments if you do this tag. Excuse my kids in the background. They're getting wild. So yeah, I gotta end the video. Thanks for watching, everyone.